Relax, breathe, it will be okay. Just go through the process. And what my son always told me, he drills in my head every day when we're going through this process, is let me enjoy the process. My name is Kalelia Gipson. My son is Daryl Gibson Jr. He currently plays at Idaho State University. Here we go, Idaho State University. Oh man, I mean, as a parent, we're all cliche about it. Our kid's always the best, right? But I just know, like, when he was in elementary, he just had this will and drive about loving the game of football. And that's how I knew that that's exactly what he wanted to do in the future that he was going for. In practice, he would always give his 100%. He would, in elementary, he was playing as a lineman because he was always a big kid. And I just remember him chasing that quarterback down, would not allow him to get a touchdown. And parents would come up to me and be like, his drive and his will is gonna take him far. And then that's how I knew that this was for him. Oh man, just be there. Mentally, just really check in with him, make sure that he understands his goals and dreams, to kind of just keep him on that not straight arrow, because I know kids do make mistakes, things happen, but just to give him those encouraging words, always be there as a parent, not as a coach or as a fan, but being there as a parent and really listening to him. When it comes to football, because he's a two-time sport athlete, but when it came to football, it was more like, I'm gonna sit back, I'm gonna let him do his thing. I want him to grow and learn, and I didn't really know a whole lot about football. So I didn't really have much to say with the coaches. I was just sitting back, learning it because I was new. When it came to him doing basketball, I was really all in and very involved because that's my thing. I love basketball, so I knew all about it. So I try to stay active and be communicative with the coaches and things like that. So my son, that's where you can tell, kind of separate the two. On an early age, he knew that he was always the bigger kid. He was always the more talented kid on his team. But to him, it was more of a team. He didn't care about all the noise that he was getting from the outside. It was more of him wanting to win as a team. And so he kind of took that the same throughout high school, and even now in college. He's just like, no, we're all a team, we're all together. If they don't have the skill sets, I'll stay back with them, teach them and practice, or just motivate. Most of the kids these days, they just need motivation from their other teammates, and that's what he came in and stepped in to be a leader of. Did I teach my son everything that he needs to know as an adult? Letting him go into a college world that you're really not going to have so much control of, right? He has to make majority of the decisions on his own. So it's just like, did I really teach him? Did I really ground him? Did I really give him all the tools and equipment that he needs to succeed without his mama being there on a daily basis? I think I did things a little bit different because of me teaching my son to be independent and being on his own at an early age. I actually kind of sat back a little bit and allow him to assess all that, because I'm like, hey son, this is the school that you're gonna go to. So you have to be comfortable. It's not about me, it's about you. So you need to ask the coaches these questions. You need to ask them, hey, is this gonna be a good program for me? How are you guys gonna utilize me? And things like that. I just sat back and kind of just guide it a little bit, just to make sure things didn't get too out of hand or he was too nervous, can't talk to the coaches. But yeah, I kind of like stepped back and just let him, ask those questions, because at the end of the day, he's the one that's gonna live there. He's the one that's gonna be there with the teammates and try to further his career. So you gotta make sure that your grades are there before you can even touch the field. Going through the whole process, before we go to camps, they would say, hey, I need your transcripts. Hey, I need to know what your GPA is before you attend this camp. because at the end of the day, if you do good at the camp, we could potentially offer you. So he knew as a freshman coming in high school that these coaches are serious. So let me actually get my GPA at a certain level that I need to make it into a D1 program. Let me maintain that because they are serious about my education and then my skills. And so now as him going into college on a full ride scholarship, he knows that he has to maintain a certain grade GPA level to maintain that scholarship. So I think he's like really focused on understanding that it's student athlete. Yeah, he's kind of going through it right now as a freshman, right? So yeah, at that level, it's just, I didn't know how much like fall camp really meant until he's in it right now. And so it's like he gets up at 6 o'clock in the morning and doesn't get back to his room until like 8, 9 o'clock at night. And so he was just like, Mom, man, there's a lot going on. Meetings after meetings, then you got study hall, then you got practice, you got weight room, and it's on a daily basis, 6 days a week sometimes, 7 days a week. So that right there is like a big transition for me and him to realize I can't call you all the time. I can't text you. I know you're not gonna respond back, but there's a goal. I just send him things, text messages here and there, inspiration things of saying, hey, keep it up, you're doing good. Even if you don't respond, I know you're working your butt off, continue to achieve your goals and things like that. So it was definitely a big transition for me knowing that I can't call him when I want to. It's a lot, I will say that. It's definitely a lot. If you're looking for your kid to go into a D1, D2, or D3 program, it's a lot with the parents and the players, but mostly with the players. I would just tell the parents, it's gonna be okay. Everybody has their journey. For me as a parent, I really had to learn that, especially when my son was getting looked at top schools and we didn't get the results that we wanted or anything like that. I knew like, this is a journey. Just because another kid or athlete is on their journey doesn't mean my son has to be on the same journey. They're everybody's unique kids. So relax, breathe, it will be okay. Just go through the process. And what my son always told me, he drills in my head every day when we're going through this process, is let me enjoy the process. And I'm like, you know what, you're right, because you're not gonna get this back. So enjoy it while you're here. Enjoy these visits. Enjoy getting to know these coaches. Enjoying to get to even know your own personality as you're talking to different personalities and coaches and things like that. So yeah, that's what I would tell these parents, is to enjoy the process, let your kids enjoy it, and relax and breathe. It's gonna be okay. If it's meant to be, it will be, and every kid has their own journey.